Hello everyone and welcome to today's webinar. Thank you so much for taking the time to attend. Today's going to be a really power-packed webinar. We've got a lot to go over today. So I think it's going to be something that I hope everyone gets a lot of good information out of. Today we're going to be talking about how to enroll 100 credit repair clients every month. I'm actually going to talk about how you can systemize your business to easily do 100 credit repair clients or more every month. And going through this, we're really going to focus today on 5 main points. There's hours and hours we could go through. We could spend hours and hours on this topic of exactly the perfect recipe to create a business structure that you can handle and bring in 100 credit repair clients consistently every month. But today we're going to hone in on 5 main points that if you focus on will radically change your business. I mean, will set you up for absolute ultimate success, put you down a road where you can easily start even doubling or tripling your business right away. A little bit about me. I owned a credit repair company for about 6 years. I built it from the ground up. I made it successful. We did high volume. And I sold that company a couple years ago. So I'm one of very few people you'll ever really talk to who has done this, who has actually started from the ground up, built a very successful credit repair model, and sold the business even to a point where even today I'm earning thousands and thousands of dollars a month from what that business is doing. So I have a lot of experience in credit repair. It was actually one of CreditSuite's first credit repair clients way back in the day. And then, I incorporated business credit into our business. It took our business to a whole different level, and I actually ended up selling that business. So most of what I'm going to teach you today is exactly what helped make us successful. Now, on top of just owning a credit repair business, I was also the head of one of the biggest masterminds in the credit repair industry. Okay, many of the top companies that you know of, the top producing companies, were part of my mastermind, where on a consistent basis, we would all get together, discuss what everybody was doing system-wise, advertising-wise, marketing-wise, and we worked together as a cohesive unit to grow our companies. So I have a lot of knowledge, a lot of experience, a lot of friends that have very successful companies. I've been in offices that do 2,000 credit repair clients a month. I know the recipe to success. And the difference between the companies that are doing 2,000 a month and the companies that are doing 10, honestly, isn't that big of a difference. It's just the way they systematize and structure their business. So that's what we're going to dive into today. My goal is very simple. By the end of this webinar, I want you to have a roadmap. I want you to have the exact plan that if you follow will put you on the course to start enrolling 100 credit repair clients or more every month. So let's get started. Well, the first step in this, if you want to bring in a lot of business consistently, you have to focus on building a strong database for your customers. The size and quality of your database determines how fast that business will grow. Now, I can tell you from selling a credit repair company, this is very valuable. As a matter of fact, in my sale, if you looked at the paperwork of the sale of the company, a certain percentage of the total value was assessed to this right here. The database, the value of the database. Okay, so even when you go and if you ever are to a point where you sell your business, this is something they're going to look at. They're going to look to see how many customers you have, the quality of your data, and that alone helps determine the value of your company. Okay, now I bring that up maybe not because you're going to sell your company, but because it's that valuable. It's that valuable that even a large percentage of the total value of your company is assessed to just this one factor. So as a result, you should always be continuously adding and growing this database. It has to be something you are constantly working on. There should never be something you're doing that doesn't tie into the fact of adding to this existing database. Now, don't get me wrong. In a minute, we're going to talk about why you would want to do this. Okay, we're going to talk about how you can build this database and then start using this database as you're building it to start marketing and make a lot of money. Now, every customer you talk to should be added to your customer CRM software, including your email address. Okay, what I'm talking about is customer management software. If you don't have it, you need it. Okay, look, you cannot effectively do business without some kind of way to organize your appointments and your customers. Okay, now a lot of our clients obviously are DisputeSuite clients, so they use DisputeSuite as their customer CRM. There's a lot of other customer CRMs out there you could use. Okay, you could use things like iContact or Aweber, which are really cheap. You could use Infusionsoft, which is what the major marketers use. There's a lot of different kinds of customer management softwares you could use, depending on if you want to spend $30 or $300 a month. Okay, but the bottom line is you have to get organized. You have to get all of your people into one system, so then that way all you need to focus on from that point on is keep building, keep adding to that system, keep growing that CRM database that you have. Okay, so this is one of the first things you want to look at. Now again, you don't need to spend a ton of money. Okay, there is stuff out there like iContact or Aweber, which are kind of email autoresponder type companies, or even software companies out there that might offer you free access to some kind of customer management. If you're already with DisputeSuite, it's easy. If you're already with Infusionsoft, these types of things are easy. But you've got to start with having a good software to house all of your customers, a database to keep them in. Okay, you also really should have on your Facebook page, on your website, opt-in forms, even have landing pages. So let me tell you exactly what I'm talking about here, exactly what I'm referencing. Okay, so this is DisputeSuite's Facebook page. Now, if you look here, you'll see something that says make money or free stuff. If you click on free stuff, you see an opt-in page. This is something everybody should have. It's ridiculously easy and ridiculously cheap to do. This cost us about $50 on a place called Odesk, which I'll teach you about in a minute, to get somebody to do this. And it's amazing, right? First of all, on our first page, it looks really cool. It's different. Okay, most other Facebook pages don't have these kind of graphics, so immediately people are attracted to it. Free stuff, I want to know more, here you go. Okay, it stands out, it looks cool, it's different. You could link to your social media here, and you're simply asking them for a first name and email address. See, once you have a customer CRM, once you have a place to hold all your customers, then it's just a matter of getting every customer from every way you're in front of customers into your database. So a good opt-in page on your social media is a great way to do this, but it can't stop there. Okay, this is one of the biggest mistakes I see people make with their website. You see, people still believe that you have a website to give out information. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, that is a crock. It is completely inaccurate. If you do any kind of Google Analytics and actually truly pay attention to how much time people actually spend on your web pages, you'd be astonished. It's maybe 10 seconds or less in most cases. So you do all this work to put these beautiful things up on your websites. Okay, but the truth is people are only there for a matter of minutes and they're gone. Okay, they're not going to sit there and read through everything and watch every video. Now, don't get me wrong. Websites are a fantastic place to go to add credibility. But one of the biggest purposes of your website is to capture people's information. If they're only going to be there for 5 or 10 seconds, then the only main thing you should try to accomplish while they're there is to get their information. Okay, now I'll show you why in a little bit when we start talking about email autoresponders and automation. But the bottom line for this point of the webinar, let's talk about building a database. The number one way to get people into your database is to put opt-in forms everywhere. So right here is a website. This is the same website that our clients have when they enroll to sell business credit. Okay, so we put this together. You know, if you were selling business credit with us, you'd have access to this. Some people on the call that are selling business credit with us are already nodding their head. They go, yep, looks like my website. Okay, so as you can see, the header, the main thing is enter your information so we can give you this free ebook. Now, if you test this statistically, the more information you ask them for, the less opt-ins you have. So you really don't want to ask them for anything more than probably their first name or email, maybe their phone, but even if you just ask for the email, that's the best result. I'm working on a new website right now. All we're going to ask for is just the email address, one of the easiest ways to expand that database, and an easy way to capture people's information when they come to your website. Now you can see, even if we start looking at the internal pages of this website, look, opt-in form. Okay, it's important, and not only is it important, you can see it. Watch as I scroll down. See, this is what we call above the fold. With websites, when you scroll down, you're below the fold. When you're scroll up and there's nowhere to go. Everything you see here is called above the fold. So you want an opt-in form on every page just like we have it above the fold. Give everybody the option to, hey, I like this information. I'm going to get something free and give you my information. Okay, you can even go as far as we have. This is something we do for our business credit clients too. Okay, they get 2 websites. They get a regular website and they get this opt-in website. Now, as you can see, this is simple. This is called a squeeze page or a landing page or an opt-in page. All this is designed to do is get their information. Has just a couple testimonials, some logos, a video that plays. The video is designed to get them to give you the email address. Look, the truth is, I think with our credit company, with my credit repair company when I owned it, I had to have had over 80 websites. Okay, I had websites all over the place I hadn't even thought about because I'd have one for one particular topic, I'd put it in effect and move on. And I kind of forget about it. But people wouldn't forget about it. All kinds of traffic would go to that opt-in page. They would enter their email address to get stuff free. They would automatically get put into our database so we could start marketing to them. Okay, so these are some examples of opt-in pages on a social media page, okay, on an actual website, even a one-page squeeze page website, okay, and even though we give these to our clients that offer business credit, if you don't just have something like this, you can go to places like templatemonster.com or even just deal with a basic WordPress template and build squeeze pages and things as you need them. Okay, but you definitely want to expand your database, okay, and in doing so, you've got to have these opt-in pages everywhere you could put them. Okay, you should have also full-time list builders working to expand and grow your business. Okay, you can also have them design web crawlers that gather data for you. I'm going to show you something radically cool. I mean, really cool. Okay, when I first came in here to DisputeSuite, I was very familiar with list builders. Okay, and let me tell you what list builders are, and I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about it as we get a little bit further into this webinar. What I have is people, actually one of the guys just Skyped me right now, and these people work on a place I call Odesk. I don't call, that's what it's named, Odesk. And I'll talk to you a little bit about Odesk a little bit later. And these people work very, very, very cheap. They're from all different kinds of countries, and to them, you know, $1 an hour is a lot of money. Very different than here. Okay, I even have list builders that work as low as 56 cents an hour. So for 50 cents to $1 an hour, you can get people to constantly just focus on building lists for you. Okay, so how can this benefit? Well, do you deal with mortgage brokers? Do you deal with realtors? Would it help you to have a list of every mortgage broker in your state, every mortgage broker in your city, every mortgage broker in the United States? That's what list builders can do for you. They can help put together lists of maybe the actual customers if you're focusing on one particular customer set or niche, or even to help build affiliate lists for you of affiliates in different areas. Okay, now, what a list builder can do, you can go to Odesk, hire somebody for 50 cents an hour, tell them I need you to do Excel work, okay, and then you can have them get to work with building these lists. Now let me show you what a web crawler is. It's one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Okay, what a web crawler is a web crawler will actually come in and get this data for you. This is just awesome. So this is how this works, okay? A web crawler, it just looks like an Excel database, right? No big deal, Excel database. Well, if I come here and I hit clear data and I type in the keyword that I want, credit repair. Now, let's say for your example, you're typing in mortgages, okay, or you're typing in real estate, and then you type in the state. Now, on Odesk, I had somebody create this for $50. This cost me $50 to have built. That's it, 50 bucks. Now, check this out. What this does is it goes to the yellowpages.com. You choose wherever you want your scraper to scrape. I wanted this one to scrape all data from yellowpages.com. Now I can hire a list builder and say, list builder, go to yellowpages.com and make me a list on Excel of every mortgage broker in the country or every mortgage broker in Massachusetts. Or I could just come here and have them hit start capturing. And check this out. The crawler goes to Yellow Pages for us and pulls up every credit repair company in the state and automatically puts it on the Excel log for us. I told you it was cool. So think about how much time this saves you. Now, I intentionally chose a state that I knew wouldn't have a lot of records. Okay, I can tell you that I have sometimes 5,000 to 10,000 records pull up, and it might take an hour for this to search. But how quick was that? In a matter of minutes, we just pulled up every credit repair company en masse. Now, we could choose any state, we could choose any industry, and do the same thing. Now, all of a sudden, this list builder has this massive list of people that fits what you're looking for. Then what I have them do is just get email addresses. Since the Yellow Pages don't always offer a lot of email addresses, then I have them fill the gaps. This one doesn't have an email address. Get it for me. Search Facebook, search LinkedIn, get the gaps. So now for 50 bucks, you have a web crawler done that, let's just say, probably is worth the 50 bucks, right? I mean, you can have this done for every data in the United States. Now all of a sudden you have all the affiliates, all the people you want, and then you can easily come in here and have your list builders fill in the holes and get email addresses for you, okay? It's really cheap to have all this done, and now all of a sudden, in a lot of cases, you might have a, massive database of people actually built that you can now turn around and market to. Okay, so that's the power of what places like Odesk can do. We're going to talk about that a little bit later, but you should always be working on expanding your list. List builders are a great way to do it. Things like web crawlers are a great way to do it. So now let's talk about really one of my favorite topics, the power of automation. Okay, automation is another way. We've kind of talked about building your database, and hopefully you got a lot out of that little section that we just went over, okay, because it's important. We just showed you about 5 different ways that you should be focusing right now on building your existing database. Now, automation can help you grow your business quickly and save you countless hours. Okay, it can include using software and other tools to automate processes that usually cost time, resources, and money. This is how you run a credit repair business with over 100 clients. Look, here's the truth. You're going to be overwhelmed. You're going to quickly get yourself to a point where you have no more time. Okay, this is what everybody has happened. Okay, and the reason is because you're not used to dealing with volume. In order to do 100 credit repair clients a month, if you're maintaining them for 6, 7, 8 months, you're maintaining 600 to 1,000 active clients. And with that kind of client load, you're going to have a lot of things that need to be done. Follow up, even prospecting to bring in new customers, getting in front of affiliates. So in order to run this big of what your company will be, you have to automate. You have to use tools, just like I showed you. Technology, software, and tools that can help you actually automate your business. Now, why is this important? Well, I'll show you. Okay, let's talk about prospect automation first. Let's talk about getting prospects. Well, prospect automation can help you rapidly gain more prospects and double your sales. That's a pretty strong statement, double your sales. And I'm not one to exaggerate. So I really need to sit down and clarify this math to tell you exactly how this can happen. Well, first of all, over 70 prospects that you're talking to are in a buying phase of the buying cycle. Okay, they're not in this. So let me explain to you how a buying cycle actually works. Maybe you've seen this diagram, maybe you've heard it before. I've heard it all different ways. I'm reading a really good book right now where he defines it a little differently, but still the math is the same, that 30% of the people are ready to buy and the other 70% aren't. So let me explain to you how it works. In a buying cycle, you usually have people in one of 3 phases: interest, research, or purchase. First, they're interested in something, okay? It doesn't mean they're looking into it. It doesn't mean they're ready to buy it. It just means they thought about it. Maybe they're interested. All of a sudden, their credit's damaged. They are thinking about getting a new car 8 months down the road. So, there's some kind of interest there in them fixing their credit. Then people move to the next phase, the research phase. This is when people get online, start looking for a credit repair company. Okay, this is when they go to the Yellow Page. This is when they're obviously conscious of what's going on. They're actively out there researching companies, trying to choose who they're inevitably going to start their repair with, for example. Okay, now we move into the phase of the purchase phase. Okay, so now this is where everybody wants to be. People spend all this money advertising and marketing for this small group of people, this 30% of prospects that are actually ready to buy. Okay, the truth is, most people you talk to, over 70% of them, when you're talking to them, they're not ready to buy. They have no intention of buying. It doesn't matter what you even sell to them, you're not going to sell them anything. They're not in a buying mode. They're interested. They're researching. They're not ready to buy. Well, here's the problem. The problem is that everybody pays attention to the people ready to purchase and ignores the interest in research people. Think about it. Do you market intentionally to anybody that might buy your product next year? Or do you want to talk to the guy that's ready to buy it right now? Look, everybody's the same. All business owners want the people that ready are to buy right now. Well, that's the problem. Everybody's chasing the same 30% of the market that's in a purchase stage, and nobody's getting to them right here. Okay, but with proper follow-up, you can keep your information in front of customers, establish that you're the trusted advisors, an expert, and the customers come back to you when they're ready. Think of it like this. Really, it's common sense. If you get to the people here when they're interested and you keep sending them good, valuable information about you, the product, the services, credit repair, credit, how it works, then all of a sudden you're keeping your information in front of them. So now as they move into the research phase, as they move into the purchase phase, everybody else is just trying to get to them. But guess what? You already got to them. You got to them 8 months ago when they were interested, and you've been sending them consistent information every month to stay in front of them until the point where they're ready to buy. Look, here's the statistic. Over 4,000 advertising messages a day are what people see. If you talk to somebody today, they will not remember you next week. I don't care how great the conversation was. Next week, there's 7,000, 8,000 messages that they've now seen and you're forgotten about. That's what the power of automating follow-up will do for you on the prospecting side. So let me actually show you how this really works, okay? Now, I need to ask you to be patient with me for a minute because I'm actually going to have to log in here to our back end, and I'm going to show you the back office actually that our business credit clients have. So this is the same back office that when you enroll or if you're selling business credit with us that you have access to. Again, a lot of the people on the call to sell business credit go, yes, this is my back office. I'm very familiar. Okay, you won't have to go through all these steps. You would be looking at just this right here. Okay, so what our clients have is a full back office here. So they could market, promote, do everything for business credit. And one of the things we supply them is email autoresponders. So this is how this works. First thing, an email autoresponder, and again, we have videos that explain all this. So, okay, so for our clients that sell business credit, it's easier because we give them the content and explain how all this stuff works to make it real easy for them to initiate the content. So here's what email autoresponder content looks like, and I'll explain to you what an email autoresponder is. So an email autoresponder is a way that you can send emails without sending emails. Basically, you get software like Aweber or iContact or Infusionsoft or any of those ones we just talked about, and basically you just enter the customer in there. So the customer talks to you, says, look, I'm interested in credit repair, da-da-da-da-da. At the end of the call, the customer's not ready to buy. And you say to the customer, hey, listen, Mr. Customer, I know you're interested in credit repair, so if it's okay with you, would it be okay if I sent you some free information about credit scoring, the credit bureaus, just some things I think you're really going to want to know about credit? Of course, they're going to say yes, right? Why wouldn't they? They called you because they're interested in credit, so of course they want that information. Okay, so now they're interested in credit, and what's inevitably going to happen is you are going to start this campaign. Couple easy ways to do it. You enter their information in a form, or maybe you just log into iContact and start their campaign. Okay, now they start getting these emails from you, and we call this a drip sequence because on day 0 they get the first email, the second email drips to them on day 5, the third email drips to them on day 10, and so on and so on. So you've moved about your day. You're talking to other people. It's weeks later. You're not even thinking about this customer anymore. But unlike it used to be where they're not even thinking about you anymore, now they are thinking of you. Even though they're long forgotten in your mind, every 5 days or 3 days or 4 days, however often you set this up, they're getting another email from you. Now, let's pay attention to what kind of emails they're getting here. You can't pitch these people. You can't go, hey, talked to you yesterday, buy from me today. And then 5 days later go, hey, I got a sale, buy from me at a discount. Forget that stuff. This is what you do in your email autoresponders. Teach them every single thing you know. It's as simple as that. Sounds crazy, but it works. Because first of all, would you want to do business with somebody that you saw their name on a park bench, or somebody that for 9 months had sent you information and told you how credit scoring works, the history of the bureaus, okay, what what their rights are, what the FDCPA says, what the FCRA says? Wouldn't you want to work with somebody that's given you all this knowledge and information? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is called the law of reciprocity. Okay, Charles Darwin said that reciprocity is the basic foundation of moral behavior in humans. It's that big of a deal. The bottom line is, I give you something, I give you something, I give you something. This is only going to continue for so long before you feel compelled to give me something back. This person came to you for one thing, information. That's what you give them. So you put them in this email drip sequence, takes 15 seconds to do. You forget about them. But they're in your database. They're getting emails. Now, again, this is business credit related. Okay, so for example, our clients are sending out this information. They send out information about Dun & Bradstreet. Okay, they send out information about getting approved for credit with no personal guarantee, how business owners can get $150,000 in business credit cards. Okay, They give away a free report to get them to like them on Facebook and Twitter. Okay, then they come in and get another email about how business is your credit, how your business is your credit, how you don't need to use your personal credit, how the Paydex score works with Dun & Bradstreet, and so on and so on and so on. But you're seeing one common theme here. Anybody that's looking for money or building business credit would want this kind of information. You're not pitching them anything. You're simply literally giving them information that they would want to get. But each email, now if you've seen my emails, each email comes with your name, your picture, your email signature. So what happens here is if I'm sending this to you, it says, hey, look, I'm Ty. I'm the credit guy, okay? I'm Ty, credit guy. Ty, credit guy. Ty, the credit guy. Ty, the credit guy. Ty, the credit guy. Now, what happens in your subconscious mind, you can't even control it. I'm going to get to a point where I'm going to say Ty, and your brain's just going to be like, the credit guy. It's just going to rattle it off. Because now I'm ingrained in your subconscious mind. I'm there, okay? Because I constantly send you good information on a regular basis. My name is now synonymous with the exact product you want to buy. And here's the crazy funny part. I've built all kinds of credibility with you. You're building credibility with these prospects without even talking to them. You talk to them once, 9 months has passed. Whether you know it or not, they trust you now. You're a credible expert in their mind. They see your picture every week. They see good information coming from you every week. They've now established that you are their credit repair expert. You are their credit repair expert. You are their credit repair expert. So now when they get to that buying stage of the buying cycle, you're the first person they think of to call. They feel compelled to call you. They feel like they have to call you because you've given them so much good information that they want to come to you. And the funny thing is, these are the easiest sales. When I owned a credit repair company and people would come to me and go, hey, I get your emails. Hello, cha-ching, close. Okay, that was a deal that was closing. Because they didn't even have to say anything else to me. What they were saying was, hey, I talked to you before when I wasn't ready. I got your emails. Now I'm ready, so I'm calling you. And it was a pretty easy sale. Well, do you have any questions on what we do? No? Well, let's get you signed up. Because I didn't need to make the sale. All these emails built the credibility and made the sale for me. Okay, so this is one of the best things you could do is automate your prospect follow-up. Because now all the people that you're talking to now that you probably talked to last month and never talked to again, well now all these people, every person you ever come across is in your database. You're marketing great information to them in a way that they really appreciate. They'll thank you. They'll send you thank you cards. It's crazy how much appreciation you get for this. You're sending them all this great information. They love you for it, and you're keeping your information in front of it. And what will happen is now instead of closing 30% of the people you're dealing with and ignoring the 70%, now you're marketing to the 70% you were neglecting. Half of those people will now sign up, and now you just doubled your sales. It's so crazy. But the only difference between really successful companies and the ones that don't are these kind of minute details. Think about it. If you don't do any follow-up for all the people you're talking to, you'll never talk to those people again. But if you come in and do this for the people you're talking to, then you'll get a chance to sell all those people down the road because your name has been kept in front of them. And again, you become a credible expert in their mind. Okay, so instead of now only selling 30% of prospects you capture, now you can come into that other 70% who wasn't initially interested. Okay, so automation is essential with prospects to ensure follow-up is done because let me tell you something, your salespeople aren't going to do it. If you've ever looked into personality profiling, and those of you that know me know I'm a big psychology guy, I'm a big neuroscience guy. Okay, when you look at personality profiling, I will tell you the absolute best salespeople in the world are absolutely the worst at follow-up. It's something in our personalities. It's just the way that we're built. Okay, people that have that strength of being good at closing a sale have no interest in following up if the customer doesn't close on the first presentation. It's the way that it is. So you've got salespeople, if you're not doing the sales yourself, you've got salespeople out there doing the same thing. They talk to a customer once, they never talk to them again. You've got to automate the follow-up because your salespeople are not going to do it. So when you automate the follow-up, you always make sure that it's being done. You're keeping the information in front of them. You're keeping your prospect active, even if your salespeople are not doing that as they should be. And the same works out with partners too. Okay, you can send consistent, powerful content and information to your partners to stand out, establish yourself as an expert, and have them wanting to do business with you. Now, let me show you something cool. Hey, look, you don't have to write all new content. I'm not saying, hey, You need to write a content for your clients, for your content, for your affiliates. Think about this. This works for clients too. Okay, if clients are coming in here and our business credit clients, this same information is the information they're going to want to receive too as customers. Let me actually show you something that might be a little bit easier. We'll talk about credit repair content. Okay, if with business credit, I don't have time to go all through the finance suite today. Okay, I promise you, I will send you an email with a look through of the finance suite. And I promise you, I'll also send you an email with an opportunity to get some cool free stuff like this. But the reason I want to show this to you is because this is credit repair related. So instead of showing you business drip content, let me show you actual credit repair content. So here's an actual credit repair campaign, for example, you could put together. Credit repair is scary, okay? It talks about, what credit repair is. Hey, it might be scary, but don't forget, it's the creditor's obligation, okay, that they validate what they're putting on a report. Okay, your credit, this explains, sneaky things creditors do to hurt their credit that customers don't know about. Okay, don't let them take advantage of you. It talks about the Fair Debt Collection Practices Act, what creditors can and can't do. Okay, talks about foreclosure. Foreclosure is a word you've heard a lot of lately, and how foreclosures actually affect the credit report. Short sales, how they actually affect the credit report. Why credit scores are different. Has anybody ever asked you that question before? Why are my credit scores different? Okay, talk about the Bill of Rights and so on and so on and so on. Here's information about what affects the credit score, the largest aspect of the credit score. Okay, what to do if you know you're going to be late. Okay, what authorized users can do to build a credit report. Vantage score. Well, a lot of people have heard of that. A lot of people don't know what it is. 30% of your credit is based on utilization. Okay, so this is the kind of topics you can send to anybody, and anybody that's interested in fixing their credit is going to want this kind of information. And again, the best part of this is that you can use the exact same emails to send to your partners. Yeah, you're going to change a little bit of the wording, okay? Here it says, contact us today to learn how you can have the exceptional credit you deserve. Well, now maybe you change this to contact us today to learn about how we can help your customers qualify for your products. You have to just change that last sentence. But you can use this exact same content for a prospect campaign, for an affiliate campaign, even for a client campaign. So make sure that not only are you building these kind of follow-up sequences for your actual prospecting, but make sure you're also doing the exact same thing for your affiliates. And the same thing with clients. Okay, look, if you're going to handle 100 credit repair clients per month, you need to automate your follow-up process. Okay, it's just the way that it is. When you get to this level of 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 900 people, you're going to have people calling in all the time, sending you emails all the time. Okay, and that's going to take you a considerable time and money. Okay, client maintenance is very, very expensive, but automation, you can actually do this for you. It can be done for you. Okay, so first of all, a strong website can maintain clients for you. What I did when I owned a credit repair company was I created a website just for our clients. Put all kinds of stuff there that they could use, like information from like Commission Junction on building new credit accounts, so sources that they could get new credit with, videos on things they could do to control and raise their credit scores, things like cease and desist letters to stop collection calls, all kinds of information we put on this client website. Then we have an email follow-up sequence that simply sends the people to your website. So now you're actually giving the client the information they need, they want, that they're usually calling you for, in a lot of cases before they even ask for it. That's the trick of client automation. Okay, is that you've got to get good at giving your clients information before they even ask for it. And that's exactly what you should do. For example, do people call in and say, when are my results going to come in? What is this stall letter that I got in the mail? Why are my scores not going up? Why are you letting everybody call you with the exact same questions? It makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. Instead, answer those questions before they're asked in a good follow-up email sequence. Okay, now you always get this call 2 weeks into it that says, hey, when am I going to get my first results? Well, instead of waiting for that call to come in, now in 2 weeks, send them an email that says, hey, your results are working. It's going to take probably 2 to 3 more weeks for them to come in. Answer their questions before they're even asked. Now, all of a sudden, what you could literally do is almost cease all of your phone calls altogether. Almost stop your phone calls because, again, you're answering their questions before they're even asked. Text messages can help you automate phone call follow-up. So is automated phone calls that could be left right on their voicemails. Automated webinars are another great way to automate. Okay, I've heard people say before, I can't clone myself. Yeah, you can. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you can clone yourself. It's called automated webinars. Well, this webinar, for example, I'll record, play back on an automated webinar. So for years, other people will attend this webinar, and when you use a good automated webinar software, it really actually has the persona that it is a real webinar. Okay, so let me actually give you an example of this. Okay, so here is the actual registration form for this automated webinar. Okay, so what would happen is clients will come in the future, maybe months, years in the future, and they will actually they will sign up for this webinar that you're seeing right now. Okay, here's the description about it. Okay, they're going to register for this webinar to take place, and they're going to attend this webinar. Okay, so what's going to happen, and obviously it's going to be a little harder because they're going to be looking at this going, hey, wait, maybe this isn't a real webinar recording. But most people never know. These have the persona that they are a live, real webinar. So most people never even know that they're in a recorded webinar. So this is the best way to record yourself. You can see the webinar's counting down. The webinar is actually going to start. And then what will happen is this will give the persona of a real webinar. So now you can take any kind of webinar you do, put into an automated webinar, and automate your business. If you're always getting the same questions, well then film a video, make it into an automated webinar, and then set it up for your clients. So now all of a sudden they're coming in and they're actually attending a webinar, they're getting their information, and it's a great thing to do. On top of your clients, it also works again for affiliates and customers. Okay, so instead of just sending emails to them with written information, now you send them emails. Now you send them links to webinars they can attend. Now you send them links to videos, okay, they can get to. Okay, delegation, another very good way that you could easily grow your business. But it's also one of the hardest tasks that business owners can master because most believe they're the only ones that can do that job. Okay, I mean, that's the way we are as business owners. We think we are the only one that can do it right, so we don't get anybody else to do it. But in reality, most people can be taught to do most tasks with proper direction and guidance. Okay, now contractors can be hired, as I just got done saying earlier, for as little as 50 cents an hour. These are available at places like Odesk, Guru, Freelancer, and these contractors can be hired cheap and easily taught to do jobs the business owner or other higher paying employees can do. Look, I love contractors. I have over 20 contractors that do voiceovers and video and just about everything you could possibly think of doing. Okay, because what I've learned is instead of me doing it all, it's better for me to think of the idea, give instructions to somebody else, and have them execute, especially when you're getting them as cheap as you can get them on places like Odesk.com. Okay, it's free to post a job. Okay, contractors bid how much per hour that they're actually going to want to work for. Okay, and places like Odesk even take screenshots. People come to me and say, hey, Ty, man, are you nervous working with people from the Philippines? Absolutely not. My main virtual assistant in the Philippines knows my PIN number to my debit card. She knows my social. She's done my taxes for years. Okay, I trust her more than I trust some people in my own family. Okay, plus with places like Odesk, first understand a lot of these people are very blessed to have a job. I mean, they are so lucky to have a job. You know, I was seeing something the other day in one of the other countries where their unemployment rate's 50%, where people that are like, you know, youth are 60%. Look, in other countries, they have 50, 90% unemployment rates. So these people are very happy to have a job. They will do anything to keep and protect this job. They're very loyal. And in a lot of cases, well, not in a lot of cases, and Odesk is one of those companies that lets you take screenshots of what they're doing. So think about it. Do you ever look in on your employees during the day to see what they're actually doing? Well, with Odesk, you can. You get random screenshots of what they're doing during the day, so when they're working for you, you can always manage them to make sure they're taking the best care of the information. But what I found in credit repair is these people aren't even familiar with the United States credit system. So it's not like they're going to go stealing data. They don't even know what the data is of any use. You know, you've got some probably more of a risk sometimes of people in your own office doing so because they understand the value of credit data. In a lot of cases with Odesk, you're dealing with people, a lot of them from the United States, some aren't, but they're very lucky to have jobs. They'll do anything to keep the job, and technology like these screenshots really help you know exactly what they're doing. You know, they can be taught to do almost anything. Okay, data entry, email creation, social media posting, lead and sales tracking, updated software with credit results, preparing dispute letters, gathering lead data, marketing, and much more. Okay, look, everything through the dispute process, I've hired outsourcers to do. Every single thing you could possibly think of. From putting the customer's information into our system, to getting their credit reports, to reviewing it for results, to inputting the results in there, to sending out emails, to, I mean, every single thing during a credit repair process, you literally could teach somebody else to do, okay? The way to do it is you've got to write down every step of the process so someone else can do it for you. It really is as simple as that. The key to delegating is this. When you look at a task, you ask yourself, is it easier for me to write instructions to teach somebody else to do this so I never have to do it again, or continue to do it myself? Well, when you give yourself that choice, your brain's going to go, let's write instructions. And it might take you an hour to write out instructions that would have only taken you 15 minutes to do the task. But here's the great news. Once you spent that hour, once you wrote out the instructions, you never need to do that task again. Now you can assign it to somebody, and that task will always be done. And if you look, it's probably always going to be done spot on perfect every time. Okay, that is how you free yourself up from time. A lot of you on the call are going, Ty, I don't have time. I'm lucky I even carved out the hour to attend this webinar. Well, the problem is you're doing too much stuff that, quite honestly, you shouldn't be doing. And a lot of people in the credit repair or any business that's getting started, it's because you don't have the money or want to dedicate the money to staffing. I get that, okay? But what if you could get somebody $1 an hour to do it for you? And what if you had them work part-time? You know, could you spend $20 a week to get 20 extra hours worth of work done? Of course you could, right? If you can't, go have a car wash. Go stand on the corner. Okay, you spend the day out there, you get $20. There's plenty of ways you could get $20. That's what I did. When I first got my first contractor, I didn't know what to do with her. Okay, actually, she still works for me today. 7 years later, she still works for me today. Okay, I put her on part-time, gave her some tasks, she did a good job, gave her more, and then I realized, wait a minute, all this time I'm freeing up. The question is, can I get one more sale in 5 extra hours? Well, yeah, I'd sure hope so. So that's the way you got to look at it, is one extra sale pays you how much money? $300, $400, $500? Okay, well, at $1 an hour, that's like 6 months worth of work. So could you get all this time you're saving to make one extra sale in 6 months? Of course you could. So you definitely can afford to do it, especially with using these kind of contractors. And again, the key is just to write down every step of the process and give it to them to actually execute. Okay, outsourcing is another way to delegate work. They're leaving you more time for marketing and advertising. Okay, so the difference here is, I talk about delegation as hiring contractors to do the work for you. With outsourcing, you're basically taking the credit disputing work and moving it to another company. Now, I did this. Okay, we did all the disputing ourselves, and we tried working with another company. And quite honestly, I found that both work depending on the company that you're working with. Okay, so definitely outsourcing is something you want to consider, because in many cases the results are better, clients are happier, and you don't need to actually do the work. I mean, there's some pretty big benefits of outsourcing. So if you've never thought about outsourcing your actual dispute work, think about it. I know our internal outsourcing division in CreditSuite, the girls that handle the disputes might dispute chase 200 times in a day. So they know the best way to dispute chase and tax liens and this and that. They just have more knowledge and experience because they handle thousands of these in one shot. So at least look into outsourcing, because if you definitely don't have any time, you might find that your clients get better results that way. And on top of it, you might also find that they're happier because of the better results and you have more time to market and advertise. So let's talk about advertising. Okay, most credit repair companies rely on affiliates as their main marketing method. Well, this is really true. The first credit repair, or the first credit boot camp I ever went to as an attendee, the first thing I did was try to go to every single person there and ask them what they did for marketing. Okay, because I wanted to know what successfully worked relating to marketing for credit repair. And I asked, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? What do you do for marketing? What do you do for advertising? And every person had the same answer. Affiliates, 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 affiliates. And then it was like, what do you do? And they were like, well, at radio. I'm like, join my mastermind. I mean, literally, that was what we looked for in our mastermind, was we tried to find people that marketed and advertised, because basically everybody only got affiliates, and we wanted the best, creative ways to market and advertise. Look, almost everybody out there relies on affiliates as their main marketing method. But look, you can't do that. It's going to take more than that to get to 100 new clients per month. Okay, and I don't care if your main kind of marketing was TV or radio. What you need to do is focus on a multifaceted marketing approach. It's the key to success here. Okay, if I talk to my friends, which I have a lot of them, that are successful credit repair companies. They're doing 100, 200, even thousands a month, and you ask them how they're advertising, what they're doing for marketing, you better sit down, grab a pen, grab some paper, and expect an hour-long conversation, because they're not going to tell you I'm doing Craigslist. They're not going to tell you I get it all from mortgage brokers. What they're going to do is they're going to map out a massive plan of attack. They're going to say, well, I do Craigslist ads in 20 states. I also come in and I do this local ad in 5 of our local papers. I go to 3 network marketing events every week. Okay, I'm building an email list and have my email campaign. I'm on Commission Junction as an affiliate, and I have our affiliate program. Okay, they're going to list to you 5 different kinds of marketing or more that they do. The successful credit repair company has a multifaceted marketing approach. I don't care what kind of marketing you're doing. It's going to take 2, 3, 4, 5, even 5 to 10 different types of marketing and media for you to really be successful. You need to have leads coming in from several different ways. Okay, the mortgage business, when things started to kind of slow down, I had a lot of my clients, or a lot of my friends, I should say, not be able to get clients. Okay, the problem was they advertised on radio, or they advertised in magazines. They did one thing that always worked, and when that one thing didn't work anymore, they were lost. They went out of business. You can never let this happen to your company. You have to come in with a multifaceted marketing approach. Which is the best? Well, you've got to test your medias. Okay, that's what's really important here. You got to test different medias to see which one is the actual best. You got to test your headlines. You got to try different testing and advertising and different things. Try radio, try billboards, try Craigslist. Everything won't work in your area, but a combination of many of these things absolutely will. And consider offering secondary services as the lead product that you're actually advertising for. Okay, so instead of just coming in and advertising, for example, for credit repair, choose some other services that you can easily come in and advertise for. Okay, so let me give you an example. I did a Craigslist ads. Advertised for credit repair. Nobody responded. I mean, I got very, very few responses. It took me 120 ads to get a phone call. Then all of a sudden I started advertising, hey, get a mortgage with bad credit. Everybody responded. Everybody responded. So I realized, wait a minute, maybe people don't want the credit repair. Maybe they want the mortgage that they need, and they need the credit repair to get it. So one of the best campaigns I ever had was advertising for mortgages, bring them into a call center, convert them to a credit repair lead, and close the sale. We were selling 70 per month just using Craigslist with this strategy. Okay, but the only reason the strategy worked was because we stopped advertising credit repair and advertised another service instead. The other service had a bigger draw, brought in a lot more people, and then we were able to switch the person to credit repair or sell them both, the primary product and the service you were actually selling. Okay, so offering a secondary service definitely helps because, for example, a lot of people need credit repair to get what they want, so why not advertise what they want? Might be one of the best ways to actually capture their attention. Okay, now, you can also, the easiest way to make money is to sell more to companies that you already have. Okay, so on top of advertising and on top of offering secondary or on top of advertising, you can offer secondary services, and it's really one of the best ways to get new clients. This is what put us into a whole nother stratosphere. This is what made us successful.